her travel. I just don't have anything for you at this time. So.
On the executive order today, how concerned is the White House that it may face legal challenges, and how confident are you that it will withstand those challenges?
Look, we're confident that it will withstand legal challenges. Look, I think we have to take a step back here. This is a situation when you think about the immigration system, you think about the challenges at the border that has been ongoing for decades now, and the president that he wants to deal with this in a comprehensive way. He wanted to deal with it in a bipartisan way. That's why we're able to get that proposal coming out of the Senate. We saw what Republicans in the Senate did. They voted against their own interest, their own proposal that they put forward, their own legislation. And it's unfortunate that they're choosing political partisan. And the president has always said, I even said this in the gaggle yesterday, I've said this many times, that he was going to look at every option, evaluate every option to deal with a serious issue that we're seeing with a broken system. And so he took that on. We feel confident in the legal component of this, but the president's never going to stop to take action. Of course, he's going to continue to say that in order to actually deal with this immigration system, we have to have legislation. We have to have a bipartisan option here. We have to make sure that Congress does its job and pushes forward and deals with the challenges at the border with a legislation that he can sign. And the one that they rejected, the Senate Republicans rejected, would have been tougher, would have been fair. And, you know, we are in a situation where the president said he's going to take action, and he did.
On the border numbers have been trending low this month compared to previous months. So why do the proclamation now?
Unacceptable. The border, what we're seeing is still unacceptable, and so the president decided to take action. And so, look, we understand, and you all have reported, majority of Americans care about this issue. They care about the challenges at the border, and the president has always said he's going to take action, and he has. And you're right, the numbers have been trending down, but it's still not where it should be. It's still not. Doesn't mean that we still shouldn't take action, and that's what you heard from the president today.
Can I ask about the South African election and just how the White House sees its future with Pretoria now that the ANC, which was such a bulwark, has lost so much ground?
I mean, look, so we're going to wish all South Africans a peaceful and democratic, they had electoral process, which they had, look, we have a strong relationship with South Africa, and that relationship is going to continue based on the priorities our two governments and people share. For example, together we are addressing the impacts of climate change. You just heard Jake give a pretty eloquent response to your question and talked about the importance of that diplomacy around climate change, just as we think about the world globally, obviously. And collaborating on renewable energy, strengthening health security through a robust health agenda, and advancing regional peace and security, and growing our bilateral trade and building inclusive economic growth for all of our people. And South Africa stands as a vibrant democracy, and we look forward to continuing and strengthening our work together in the years ahead. And as two constitutional democracies, the partnership between South Africa and the United States remains an anchor for peace and prosperity in the world. And so, look, that's what we're going to continue to do, continue that diplomacy, continue that partnership, and I'll leave it to them to speak about their party and their, obviously, their
Sticking on the mother continent, do we have any updates on Kenya's Haiti mission, any efforts that the U.S. is putting into?
So I don't have any updates. I think, when the Kenyans were here, obviously, for the state visit, they continued to reiterate their commitment to their mission in Haiti, and we've seen some progress. You've heard Canada make some announcement as well, and as you saw, there is an interim prime minister. So obviously there is movement happening that we support here from the United States, and we want to make sure that the Haitian people have obviously security, and they have the ability to elect their government, and that's where we want to get to a place too. And so we're going to continue to support that effort.
Karine, at the end of the president's speech today, he said he would be talking in the coming weeks about efforts to make a more just and fair immigration system. Can you give us more details on that? Is that like speeches about stuff he's already done, or like more executive action?
So I'm going to be mindful not to get ahead of the president on it, making any announcement about what could be next. Look, I think today was an incredibly important action. We have always said, as I stated earlier in one of my answers, that we are going to do everything that we can to deal with this immigration system that has been broken for decades, and that's what you saw the president do. We, of course, want to see Congress move forward with a bipartisan legislation, pass that out of the Senate, out of the House, to get that legislation to his desk so he can sign it. But the president's always going to look at every option on the table to make sure that we're dealing with this broken system. I'm not going to get ahead of the POTUS at this time.